another Dimera has been kidnapped. Hey, what's up, my days of our lives peeps? So yeah, another Dimera has been kidnapped. This time Theo, which I knew that that was gonna happen because it was in the preview. But boy, whoever's doing this kidnapping is like really bold. Like they just like took Theo like right outside of the pub and nobody saw anything. Like that's crazy. Yeah, he was on the phone talking to Abe and could barely hear Abe because Abe and Paulina are with baby Trey, who's crying, screaming his head off because he misses his daddies. He wants to go back and live with the gays, like I'm telling you, that kid does not like Johnny and Chanel. I swear, it does not seem like he likes them at all. Just like his mommy, the nutty Sophia. I'm glad I didn't have to see her today. But I'm trying to figure out why in the hell did Paulina turn on the vacuum cleaner? Any parents out there? Does the vacuum cleaner calm a baby? I mean, I'm not a mom, but I did a lot of years of babysitting cousins, nieces, nephews, brother, and I don't recall ever thinking to use the vacuum cleaner to calm them. If anything, it freaked them out, or when they got older, they wanted to vacuum the floor themselves. But, anyways, I'm not exactly sure. Not only that, but she knew that Abe was on the phone with Theo, so why would she turn on the vacuum cleaner? Why don't she just scoop Trey up and then go take him in the bathroom or for a walk or something? I don't know. Walk like he's a dog. You can take the baby, roll around in a stroller, they'll shut up. I know my husband Eddie, he said when his daughter was a baby, he used to drive her to Walmart. That calmed her down. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I thought that Theo, hung up on Abe because he was tired of all the noise. But no, he just got scooped up by somebody. Oh Lordy, he's supposed to have a second date with Jada, and yeah, because that's not gonna happen because he got kidnapped. So yeah, Jada walked in and was talking to Gabby. Speaking of which, Gabby's honey, her booty was looking really nice in that tight dress. I was like, oh wait, because I had looked down. I wasn't. I looked down for a second. I looked up. I was like, who? What is that? Like, oh, Gabby, go ahead, girl. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm a butt person. Blame Sir Mix-a-Lot and Billy Gunn, Mr. F from WB for my. Anyways, so, Gabby's like, she was talking about how Theo just went to take a call, and she's like, "Well, I just came and didn't see him. They thought, maybe he was walking and talking." And I was like, "Yeah, sometimes I do that." But and then Philip showed up and realized that Theo is not there at all, and so she gets a call from Jada gets a call from JJ who tells her that EJ put in a missing persons report about Chad. And Jada's like, what? And she's like, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, then she gets worried about Theo. She goes outside and she calls him and she hears his phone ringing in the ground. So she gets all worried and she calls Abe and, asks um about Theo. Abe's like, how I was talking to Theo? She's like, long story. Well, don't have she's like, I don't have time to explain right now. But then, got him all worried and hangs up and then, puts out a missing persons on Theo also, and she eventually calls A back and tells. No, I think she called A before she tried Theo's cell phone. I think that's what it was. But yeah, I thought that he just hung up because he couldn't hear or whatever. So all worried, and Abe's all worried. He wants to help with the search and everything. Like, oh lordy. In the meantime, I think it's hilarious how Tony, Kristen, and Chad just like chilling there, and Chad's just talking about look for ways to get out or whatever. And he's like, "Did you try the door?" And Tony's like, "Yeah, we tried to pop the lock and everything, or nothing." It's just like, hella closed. Because I know, because I was thinking that too, especially when they panned over and showed the door. I'm like, you couldn't. pop that thing. I used to yeah, stick like one of your credit cards or your license in there and pop it open. Yeah, I did that. Or at one of my jobs, I kept forgetting the key to the office, so I would use my ID, my work ID, and stick it in there and pop the door open, no problem. So, well, I guess they don't have cards with them, but they could have found something. I don't know. I don't know what's in a mausoleum. Anyway, but Chad was like, the next time somebody comes to the door, we'll just jump 'em. And I was like, yeah, do that. And Kristen's like, oh, well, you can stand there 24/7 if you want to. And oh my gosh, not too long after that, the door opens and Theo gets thrown in there. Like, damn. It's like, I was, they said it sounded like a gunshot or something. I was like, who the hell got shot? I don't recall here. I should rewatch it because I don't remember. Now that I think about it. But yeah, Theo's on the ground. He wakes up. Whatever. He woke up really fast in Chad because Chad was knocked out. Like they showed Chad being thrown in, and then it was like 2 episodes later before we saw Kristen trying to wake him up. So they're just sitting there chatting, and it's like everybody's, the mayor, somebody's after us, kidnapping us, and so then Chad and Kristen got worried about Thomas, Charlotte, and Rachel. And Theo's like thinks that the kids are okay. It's just like it seems like they're just kidnapping people who could be running Dimera, basically. And it's like, now Theo's in there. Who else is going to be able to be at Dimera but EJ? So they all think that's EJ, and I think that is EJ too. Um, but someone said in the preview when you're watching the preview, somebody else is gonna get thrown in there later this week, and it looks like they're in the same suit that EJ is wearing today. And so they're like, "Oh, so it's not EJ." But I was thinking, maybe it could be somebody else. But then I was like, with EJ, he could have whoever is working for him or working with him kidnap him and throw him in there so that throw suspicion off of him because now that he's the only like adult Demir in town that has not been kidnapped. But Theo seemed. I thought Theo was funny. He's like Uncle Chad, Aunt Kristen, Uncle Tony. It's like he was like all dazed and confused. I was like, did they like knock him out or something? Or just put the little hood on him? Because he seemed to, because he seemed to have woke up before Chad did. I don't know. I feel like Chad would have got knocked out or was he asleep or something when they took him. But yeah, they're just yeah, because Theo was just talking about how he was just on the phone outside the pub talking to his dad, and then he got kidnapped. And I was like, Dale's like, we never thought about, felt like somebody was watching them. So that's what was creepy to them. I was like, yeah, hello, that's creepy. Like, I feel like somebody is around me when they're not. That's just how anxiety works. I'm like, is there somebody there? Don't kidnap me, no. Yeah, that's why I try not to go out too much by myself. Or if I do, highly populated areas. So, you know, maybe hopefully if somebody did try to attack me, someone would help me. But I don't know. I don't know. Would I be able to defend myself? I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things in the moment. Because, anyways, off subject. So they're hoping that somebody would be out there looking for them now that Theo was talking to Abe, so he probably would think to get somebody to look for him. Hmm. But yeah, Abe goes to the hospital, goes to the police station and tells Jada that yeah he wants in on this, and they also want to talk to EJ. Speaking of EJ, he's still not that on the couch because Kat put something in his drink. Yeah, she just goes looking around or whatever, and then she goes into the tunnel and she finds like the cot still there. And now I think about it, she closed the door. That door is usually like people get locked in there, so I don't know. I guess it locks from the outside. I guess I don't know. You have to manually lock it on the outside or something. I don't know, but I just. Anyways, there's a cot with some clothes on it, so somebody's been down there lately. And I think it's funny how she just goes down there, she just starts taking pictures of everything. And I was like, yeah, it's funny because if I don't know if anybody also watches General Hospital, how Jordan asked her, she's been undercover trying to look into Sidwell, whatever he's doing, and she hasn't come up with anything that I've seen. The cat has like all this evidence on her phone that she keeps sending to Rafe. I think it's hilarious. But anyways, different writers, different show. But anyways, she comes up and she just like I forgot what she did. She did something to wake EJ back up, whatever. But then they end up kissing afterwards, or look like they're about to kiss. Later on, that happens at the end of the show. It's they find out that Theo was also kidnapped. He got I think it's Abe that called him, and he said he wanted to talk to him. Theo's been missing or whatever, so he tries to kick Kat out. Um, she's like, no, she's gonna stay, whatever. It's like, no, you're in danger. Somebody could be coming after me next. She's like, that's why I should stay here. Oh, yeah, but Jada wants to question EJ, and so does Abe. But Rafe, the FBI, has to come in and talk first. So I guess that's probably something we'll see tomorrow. Yeah, maybe he'll walk in and stop the kiss. But I heard that EJ and Kat are going to be an item, which I guess we'll be all right with that. I guess you know, I'm a big EJ and Nicole fan, but I don't think we'll ever see Nicole on the show again. Not at least not with Ari in the role. I would hate for them to recast though. And it's just certain characters that just can't recast. It just wouldn't feel right. But anyways, I feel like I think I got everything. I think that's all everything that happened. Oh, Gabby and Philip, once they found out that Theo was missing, they didn't want to do the trivia anymore, so they just went back to Philip's room. So no trivia, but they probably be bumping and grinding instead, because what else? Try to double date and it doesn't work out too well. Anyways, that's all. Oh yeah, they were also worried about Johnny, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if EJ's behind it. I don't think he'll kidnap his son. But then again, he did the same. He kidnapped Sydney and made Sammy think that she was dead just to be an ass. That's EJ for you. Anyways, that's all I had to say about today's episodes. What did you like? What did you not like about today's episode? And if you like my video, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because why not? And hit the notification bell so you know whenever I post new videos about Days of Our Lives or anything else. And I hope to see you for the next video. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It is dark and I don't know if the snow started, but it's been snowing all afternoon. Oh lordy. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.